Lego Ninjago walkthrough part 11, I hope. So we're getting a little bit closer to the end of the game. We're not quite there yet, but we got, I think about 3 levels, including this one, maybe 4, including this one. So this is the Lost City of Generals, or in this case, Chapter 10. So it's level 7 or 6 if you don't count the prologue. And the chapter thing is totally messed up because the first level had like 3 chapters in it. The first real level had 3 chapters in it. Some other levels have 2 chapters, some of them are just 1. I don't really understand. It didn't feel like there was a whole lot of planning going on in this. I don't know if they combined some chapters, like if they were originally meant to be a chapter was 1 level and then they combined a bunch of chapters to make the levels longer or what, I don't know. But anyway, so we get the lightning spinjitzu, and the whole premise behind this level is that you get captured by a mob, or Lloyd, the main character, the green ninja, gets captured by a mob of generals, along with Garmadon, and the generals, or all the generals that Garmadon sent into the volcano, which if you've seen the cutscenes in the early part of the game, he did that to a few of his generals. They made him angry. He sent him flying off of his ship. Into the volcano they went. So all the generals are here on this island, which is why it is called the Lost City of Generals. And they want to destroy Garmadon, and as a result, Lloyd, I guess. So of course we have to be the nice ninjas we are and go rescue Lloyd, and unfortunately with him, Garmadon. And of course, the whole ulterior motive behind all of this is to find the ultimate weapon. So this level is pretty lengthy. I think it was close to 20-22 minutes, which is about what the others were. Not the longest in the game, though. The cutscenes added on a little bit of time, so it was probably closer to half an hour spent actually doing it, but gameplay-wise, about 20-22 minutes, so it's not too bad. But we do get the lightning spinjitzu, and we have to use it early on here to open up this first door. So the first one on the left was really straightforward. The one on the right, we had to climb around and open it up, as you saw me do there while I was talking. And then when we do both of that, we get yet another Ninjanuity token. So we're finally down to our last row of tokens at this point in the game. So you can guess you're about 2/3 through the game. So here's another time where the dumb's camera is going to take control from your camera, or the game's going to take control of your camera and show you those ninjas sliding down, and you're not going to be able to move very much, and it's just kind of annoying. I wish it didn't do that. It doesn't really serve any purpose. I don't know, but anyway, I complained enough about that 2 videos ago. So then when we come up here, we can see Lloyd and Garmadon walking away with a giant gate that's going to fall down saying no ninjas allowed. And here's all the generals very angry at us for some strange reason. I mean, they hated the ninjas, I'm guessing because they worked under Garmadon before, right? So Garmadon ordered them to kill the ninjas, but now they hate Garmadon, who we also don't like very much. But I guess since we're trying to rescue Garmadon instead of kill him like they want to, I don't know, they could have just handed us Lloyd and we'd walk right off, but it's a later game, I'm not going to worry about the story too much. So we just have to destroy 2 of the tougher guys that have the health bars, and we also have to destroy 8, or a little more than that, of the regular guys. Maybe it was just 8, I didn't catch if I killed a few already. And that was a little bit overkill on that one, but it's kind of fun to do that. I mean, you do get to go really high in the sky, and once the first guy with the health bar dies, the second one should come on down. So they really have the same exact moves as any other boss in the game, which is just charge at you, then they get dizzy, and that's when you get your chance to strike. If you damage them enough, you'll be able to push B or just plain X, and you can combo them really hard down on the ground. And if you get around 90 combo, you get that 10 times stud multiplier. I did think at the beginning of this that there were red bricks in this game, but there's actually no red bricks. The stud multiplier bricks, I mean, there are kind of red bricks. There's 10 like chests that you get that are sort of like it, but not really. But anyway, the stud multiplier is from your combos, so you don't get to have that massive like multiplier you could in the earlier games. At least not as far as I could tell so far. I played this game to about 70% completion after I recorded it, and I couldn't see. Maybe you can later, but I'm not going to worry too much about that. Like, once again, not 100% walkthrough, just a story walkthrough. Okay, so once you're done with that fight, you should be able to climb on up this wall, and you can come up here, because this is what we're going to need to do to get that other gate open. And then walk on up here and jump down to this part. I know that's very useful, isn't it? Walk up here, jump down, climb the wall, walk over there. Yet another wall we're going to have here. And I'm a little bit glad for once that there is actually an arrow telling you where to go. Just because if you had to figure that out on your own, that would be a lot of wandering. But as I said before, the open world are kind of the levels. You'll be able to come back into this area in free play, and it's pretty much just an open world. I mean, a few of the levels even have a gold brick spot just sitting right there, which we've seen a few times already, and it's just like, really? Like, come on, put that in the open world. Anyway, so use coal here to blow up this massive pile of fireworks and dynamite, and that should knock down the bridge here, so we can slide over, jump onto the crane, and then jump over the rooftops, which should get us over the bridge, which is, or the gate, which is what we were trying to do before. So, get this destroyed, put this together, and then push this thing off. And of course this can be a little bit glitchy. You're going to need 2 people to do this for some reason. I tried it with Cole, and then the guy who was meant to do it kept jumping up and down, so I had to switch to someone else, which selected another minifig to do it for me. So I don't know. I don't really know why we couldn't just do that with one guy to save that effort. But then we'll need to build this generator, so switch to Jay, I believe is his name. Use his lightning spin jutsu to get the generator going, and then that should cut down this gigantic tower, which kind of looks like the towers in Shadow of Mordor, so that's kind of cool, I guess. But anyway, that should destroy the bridge for you, not the bridge, the gate for you, and then you get yet another Ninjanuity token. And for some reason, it took it a second to open up the selection menu, so once again, I'm just going for double studs. If I had to really give a striking recommendation, I would say the one at the bottom left there, the shield. That'll make some shield enemies a little bit easier to deal with. And not so much the shield enemies, just blocking enemies in general. It'll make them easier. So do that. That was the one I got last. So blocking enemies were kind of a problem up until the end of the game, so that's kind of funny. So there's a volcano there, and I'm not too sure if this is like a man-made volcano or because there's like a giant building around it. Because that's definitely not the volcano that we saw in the background at the previous levels. I'm pretty sure. Maybe it is. I don't know, because it sure didn't look like it, so I don't know if it's a if it's like a building that they built around lava for some reason. I have no idea. They call it a volcano though, but I'd almost call it just like a lava flow, so whatever. Build these cannons, and then you're going to want to shoot down these silver supports on this bridge here, or this platform, I guess. And you'll need to shoot both of them twice. You can also shoot the enemies on top if you want to, but if you destroy all the supports, the platform will fall down, and then the enemies all die into a bunch of studs. Then you can jump on over there and climb up on that platform. Of course, after you build these jumps that let you actually jump up there. Kind of weird how you could jump that high to the first one, but you couldn't jump that high just up here to begin with. So, yeah, you know, Lego logic, they don't really have muscles, that's fine. Okay, so the crane's going to move on out of the way, and that was kind of a nuisance because it would have been a little bit helpful, but we don't need it anyway. We're just going to be trying to jump on up there because we need to get to that building to the right side. So jump on over here, run past or defeat these enemies if you want to. That building to the right sort of looks like that mouse maze that you'd get on those really old Windows 95, Windows 98. I think, do Windows XP have the mouse maze? I can't remember. But the mouse maze screensaver, and if your graphics card couldn't quite handle it, you'd have really crappy colors. That's what that Lego building right there, that's what that reminds me of. That's where I was going with that. So, it looks like the mouse maze. I guess that could be a compliment, or it could not be, I guess. I don't really know, but it's I'm gonna just assume it's supposed to be a really hideous building. Jump up here to the left now, and then swing on over. Be sure to push A when it tells you so you don't fall off. I didn't fall off there, luckily. I've had kind of a hard time, especially right there. I almost fell off even though I was on top of it. I've had a hard time with some of these jumps because the controls just sometimes are really fidgety. Now here you'll notice all the zeros and ones, so we're going to want to switch to Zane, and the game is sometimes smart enough to automatically switch you to the character that you wish to be. So we're going to run into the second and only other guessing or mini memory game that we're going to play there. We played one like at the first level of the game, and then that's the second one that you're going to play. So you just follow the lights, the pattern that it shows you. You just follow that, move your analog stick in those directions, and then this opens up. Hit it with the lightning spin jutsu, and then the crane should move on back over into the useful direction that it needs to be. So now you'll see we need to shoot that target up above there, but you're going to have to move back a little bit, because if you do it from here, it won't let you. So step on back, shoot it from there where you have full view, and then you can jump on over to the ugly, ugly mouse maze building.
Warning, jets of hot steam. This active volcano is dangerous.
So this guy's gonna try to stop your progress with absolutely no avail because we can just jump over it. I mean, that's really not that much lava. So I kind of thought maybe, can you ice it? No, the answer is no. You can't ice the lava. I guess that makes sense, especially in Pokemon. Fire moves beat ice pretty easily. Anyway, just build that, build the walk, come on over here so you can walk over here, and then try to do this wall running thing. This is what I was talking about. The controls are a little bit finicky sometimes, but second time did it just fine. Grapple on over to this platform, and then we'll have to switch on over to Cole so we can use his spin jutsu to bust down this wall. And you're going to have to try twice sometimes. I don't really know why it's so picky with that too. It's like it didn't lock on the first time, then I moved over and then it locked on fine that time, so whatever. If you go on down there to the right, there's some collectible things you can do. I don't know if you can get all of them in story mode, but there's some stuff you may want to go back down there for in quick play, and I also think it's a shortcut to come back up here later. So anyway, there's that, and then we'll just be running up here even further up this ugly, this tower really is hideous, my goodness. Grab onto these poles, swing on over, then we'll be doing some wall shimmying, just face smash right into the wall there, just as hard as you can. Make sure you don't fall off, and then you're going to have to worry about these lava vents that are going to open up. They're not too big of a deal though. As soon as they go away, you'll have enough time to shimmy right on across, and there should only be 3 of them, and then we get to this platform where I think we're going to have to kill few enemies. I don't know if we have to actually kill them though, but I think a few will drop down on top of us.
Keep on climbing, ninjas. Is it okay for a ninja?
Or I guess not. Oh yeah, no, there they are. Okay, there's some enemies. Lloyd's gonna be sent away, so we're gonna defeat these guys. I don't remember if we, no, I don't think we actually have to kill these guys, but we're gonna apparently completely skip these guys, climb up a little bit more of this tower, and then that's going to be nearing the end of this video, so I'm going to stop here. The rest is pretty straightforward, and I will see you in part 2 of Lost City of Generals.